Well, hello folks, I'm back. I haven't been posting anything for about 3 weeks or so, but I'll get on to that as I take a ride round. I'm just going for a wee run round the local area and have a wee chat about a few things. We're on Marjorie Bank Street in Bathgate just now, which is particularly nice. There's a lot of really nice houses around here. And there's a wee well just in there, made a wee park round it. And then my primary school's back there with the big tower. Anyway, that's not what we're here to see. In fact, we're not going out to see anything in particular today. I'm just having a haver, as we say in Scotland. Just going to haver on for a wee while. So yeah, first things, I haven't posted anything for a while now because I've been wiped out, absolutely knackered lately. I had a burst of energy a few weeks back, so I was away up round Fife and Loch Lomond and stuff, and posting videos for there. And usually, once I've been for a run somewhere, I need a couple of days to recover from it. Is anybody that's got a disease or a condition that causes sort of major fatigue and stuff like that, you'll understand things like long COVID or ME and other autoimmune diseases, Lyme's disease, all this, lupus, sarcoidosis, neurosarcoidosis, all these kind of things. So if you've got anything like that, you'll understand that if you do something one day, you need a couple of days after it to recover, or sometimes longer. So I had a wee burst of energy for a while, went out, did some things, had some good times, enjoyed myself, and then so after my trip to Loch Lomond, I was kind of recovering all week, and then we had two of the grandkids staying over on the Saturday night, about a fortnight ago. So we got them on the Saturday, sort of lunchtime or morning, and took them out for lunch, went for up to the Bathgate Country Park, which is sort of up that way, through the woods. And there's one of these adventure playground things for the kids, the zip slides and swings and wooden climbing frames and the big spider sort of pole with all the netting on it, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we were up there, and then we had to sort of keep them entertained. And the youngest is only 2 and he doesn't sleep well. They're actually waiting for a sleep study because he has, it's like sleep apnea. There's where his breathing kind of pauses and things through the night, and then he wakes up crying and stuff, so he's not a good sleeper. So, but he slept reasonably well because we tired him out up the park. We stuffed him full of pasta and things to make him sleep. And yeah, so we went away on the Sunday. I was tired all week again, and then we had one of our friends down, lives up near Linlithgow. She was down for the weekend. We didn't do much, she was just down to visit and chill and stuff. So but anyway, we had the family round, the whole family round on the Saturday afternoon for dinner. So instead of me cooking, because I was tired, we were takeaway, a great big Indian takeaway, and fed everybody. So there was 7 adults and 4 kids running around the house all day, and there was the tidying up and cleaning up afterwards. So after that, I was knackered all week again. So this is actually the first time I've felt like I'm able to go out and concentrate and be able to handle the bike. So yeah, so I'll post this video up later. I'll see what's what, and maybe edit it down a bit. But now we're heading up towards the Wee Craigs Country Park, over the back hills to Linlithgow. The Highlands are up over that way. Yeah, so you've seen some runs through that direction before. Turn way. And yeah, so that's it. I've been pretty wiped out lately, and this is just the first chance I've had that I feel sort of strong enough and safe enough and brain switched on that I can actually ride the bike. So enough of that. I'm not looking for sympathy. If I want sympathy, I'll find it between shit and syphilis in the dictionary. Yeah, so that's that. Had the kids. During the time off, well, my rest time, I decided I want a bit more comfort from the seat on my bike. And I've always fancied one of these sheepskin seat covers. You know, you get a bit of sheepskin and hang it over the seat, find a way of attaching it. So I thought, yeah, I'll do that, but sheepskin seat covers can be a bit pricey, and so, and actual sheepskins are quite pricey. So I had a wee brainwave, like buggies and prams and things. People buy these sheepskin liners for the buggy, sheepskin buggy liner for the wee baby to go in. And then they quite often sell all their baby stuff off cheaply, you know, they just want rid of it all. So I actually got a nice big bit of sort of sheepskin buggy liner for 15 quid from Vintage. So I got that and sort of draped over the seat in various configurations and stuff. And I thought, yeah, I don't really like the look of this. And also, it said in the description that it was black, but it was actually navy blue, so it's just going to look a bit silly. So I had a bit of a think, and I made up a sort of a cover thing for it, and attached it to the seat. So I'll show you, I'll get stopped somewhere and have a wee walk around the bike, let you see it, talk about it a bit more then. But so far I'm just out for a run to see how comfy it is. Because we've got some longer journeys planned for this year. Hopefully able to get away various places. I want to be as comfortable as possible. So I've gone for function over form. That's how you say it, isn't it? Function over form. So this is the Wee Craigs Country Park here on the right. It's a woodland. Some of it's natural and a lot of it is forestry, you know, the planted pines. The Westlothian Council, I don't know how many decades ago, made it a country park. So Wee Craigs Country Park, that's the Cockleroy car park, we can go up Cockleroy Hill. And there's loads of walks through it. There's few different car parks, different places. There's a loch where people can go fishing. There's that playground I was talking about. You know, there's a caravan site up the hill that way, up there, where you can go with your caravan, and a nice place to be. You know, West Lothian's not bad for a visit. I'll go down this way. This is Balvormy. Just make sure nothing's coming round there. It's a bit gritty. Yeah, so like I say, country park. It's got quite a lot of amenities. So it's a nice place. We used to come up here in our push bikes and even walk up from Bathgate when we were kids and just sort of gently roam around. Great fun. That's that park I was talking about that the kids all play in over there. And there's still a bit of snow. lying about up here, just that wee bit higher up, right enough, so yeah, I'll pop into this car park. So this was like the main car park for long enough, and there wasn't really much happening, but then they built that adventure playground thing, and there's walks through the woods, sort of various paths. You can see over there's been some trees cleared as well, but one of the paths goes away down there, and the Bay Craig's Lochs over that way. Yeah, so that's that. So, lovely up here. Lovely, lovely. Lots of doggy walkers. And that sort of segues me nicely into my next subject, dog walkers, and one in particular called Nicola Bulley. Now, I don't know if you've seen this on television, sort of back in January. She went missing, she dropped her kids off at school, took her dog for a walk down in St Michael's on Wire, you know, dropped her kids at the school, left the car, walked up a couple of streets, and then there's a wee riverside path that she regularly walks her dogs on. She was dressed like that lady there, with the long puffy coat thing, bobble hat, whaley boots, a Springer Spaniel, and she just disappeared. Nobody knew where she went, so now, sadly she was found about 3 weeks later in the river about a mile downstream, and her funeral was just a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, a lovely view of the Ochil Hills there. So her funeral was a couple of days ago, and I've been following this case because after about a week or so it came up on the news again. You know, it's been a week since she went missing, and they went over some stuff, and then there was a lot of interest, you know, TikTok investigators and YouTube and stuff. People are posting all sorts of videos and theories and things about what happened to her. Yeah, that's the Highlands over there. I've climbed most of the mountains actually in the past. So there's been a lot of speculation, and the police were getting a bit annoyed about that. They're telling the public not to speculate in one of the press conferences and not to come down here and poke their nose into what's going on. We know what's going on. She fell in the river. And it's like, well, some of the information you're telling us doesn't even match up. You know, this is why the public have shown an interest, because the whole situation, the whole case absolutely stinks. There's something far wrong here, because our mobile phone was left sitting on a bench, or near a bench, and then somebody put it on the bench, and the dog's harness was there but no lead. So the police say, well, you know, she was at the bench, she was going to put the dog on the harness, maybe it jumped up, bumped into her or whatever, and she fell down into the river. Or, as it later transpired, she may well have made that terrible decision to take her own life because of situations in her life. You know, the police announced that she was struggling with the menopause, she had a drink problem as well, and so maybe she's gone off and taken her own life, or decided to go and just disappear, go live somewhere else or whatever. But they kept sticking to this hypothesis. She's in the river, she fell in at the bench, go away, don't talk to us, you know, we know best. And but the bit in the river, the police said, oh, it's quite a fast flowing river and it's dangerous and stuff. And then when you look at where she supposedly fell in, there's no current in the water whatsoever. And down the embankment, the water's like a foot deep. And then across further into the river, it's only like a couple of feet deep. A few feet deep at the most, you know, and the police divers went in the same day looking for her. So if she had fell in there and drowned, she would have still been at the bottom. But they searched down towards the weir, and then they searched upstream as well, because the last reported sighting was, you know, a few hundred yards upstream. And so again at the press conference they were saying things like, we're looking for dash cam footage from Garstang Lane. You know, that road, that doesn't exist. There's a Blackpool Lane / road which leads on to Garstang Road up round the top of the village, but there's no Garstang Lane. So it's like, come on now, police, give us accurate information. You know, people on YouTube and stuff were saying, well, if you're going to put out a call for dashcam footage and witnesses, make your information accurate. They gave a description of her, which some people are saying isn't accurate because of the length of the coat and all this, and you know, that's just nitpicking. But they were asking for dashcam footage between 9:10 AM and 9:15 AM for Garstang Lane, which is already doesn't exist. And in the same press conference, they said that the last sighting of her was in the upper field, which is the furthest point away from the road, and they said she was up there at 9:10 AM. So why the heck are they looking for dashcam footage at 9:10 AM when she would have been nowhere near the bloody road? She walked up a road from the car park and then turned right onto Blackpool Road, and then just as Blackpool Road kinda meets Garstang Road, there's a footpath goes off to the right, and that's the footpath she took. So their information kind of contradicts itself. So that's, you know, people are digging in, the police are hiding something, and then after she'd been missing a couple of weeks, there was a big Channel 5 interview with her partner, and everybody's pointing the finger at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, he said this and he said that, and his emotions are all wrong, and you know, why is he not out there in floods of tears running about looking for her? Which, you know, these are the people that would go to public hangings back in the day and run around with pitchforks, things, you know, chasing witches. You don't know how somebody's going to react. You don't even know yourself how you would react in that situation. But anyway, there's a lot of theorising and stuff. And there's one chap in particular, he'd been overdoing it a bit with his videos, you know, he was going into private property and stuff, and poking his nose into outbuildings and things, and the police got fed up with him, and they did a one with him, because he actually filmed her body getting retrieved from the river. Sort of a mile downstream from where she disappeared. He was there on the day, and he seen like the helicopters and all the police heading in one direction, so he thought, right, I'm going to see what's going on. So he filmed the police carrying out the task of recovering her body from the river, and then tried to make the excuse after posting it on YouTube. Oh, I thought it was maybe like an inflatable dinghy or something, and it burst and it was there, and it might have been a something or other. You know, I think he knew fine well what was going on. But anyway, he took that video down, and then the next thing he did was go into the caravan park next to where Nicola Bulley disappeared. And again, the gate's open, it's kind of a grey area, whether it's private property or not, you know. And I suppose you could call it private property with public access. This is Linlithgow, by the way, lovely old historic town. So anyway, that's that Four Mary's pub I talked about a while back that I got flung out of twice, 2 weekends in the truck. Great times when you're a kid. Yeah, so there was a... yeah, so he went in and filmed in this caravan park because seemingly the owner has got a problem with dogs not being on their leads. You know, even people that visit the caravan park, she shouts at them, and if your dog's off the lead, I'm going to shoot it and all this, and she's hammering signs up everywhere. So her caravan park is right beside this river walk, and there's access from the caravan park down to the river walk, so people's dogs may well end up going up into her property, and she's kind of got fed up with it, you know. But yeah, Nicola Bulley walks her dog regularly, in fact pretty much every day along that path, and she always takes the harness off and lets it run free, so you don't know if there's been some kind of altercation and something's happened. This is one of the theories that everybody's sort of clutched onto, that there's been an altercation between the caravan park owner, and some members of her family who were also there. You know, it was like the caravan park owner found the dog running about and found seen the harness and the phone, but she didn't have time to deal with it, so she called her sister and her husband, and they went down and tied the dog to the bench, and the phone was there. But and then they thought, they looked at the phone and recognised the couple on the wallpaper on the phone, so they knew that their kids were at the primary school, kind of just up the street. So they called the school, and the school called our partner, and he came rushing down, and the police, and then they all took off from there, kind of thing. But you look at the details and the timings, and they're not just off by a minute or two, they're off by like an hour in some cases. The original report was the caravan park owner found the dog and the phone and called the police immediately, and also called her sister and this guy Ron, who Channel 5 News spoke to as well. And but then later on they're saying the police weren't called until 10:50 or 10:45, something like that. And then the interview that Channel 5 or whatever, Channel 4 done with Paul, her partner, he said she's normally home about 10ish, and then it was like 20:15 they were starting to worry a bit, and so he tried about 9:30 or something, or 20 to 10, he started phoning her, never got an answer, tried calling her WhatsApp, tried calling her Messenger and everything, never got an answer. So he phoned the police and started heading off towards the school, trying to see what's going on. Now what confuses me there is the caravan owner, her sister and her husband, they must have had the phone. They wouldn't have just put it back down on the bench, tied the dog up and walked away. So who had the phone, and why the heck didn't they answer? These calls, would you just stand there and stare at it, or would you answer it? So that's another point that everybody's kind of slotted it out. And so anyway, they found their body about a mile downstream, tangled up in a rich tree just on the outside of a bend in the river, and she's been laid to rest. But there's a post-mortem inquest thing that's happening, and the results of that will be out in June or something. So all these internet speculators are foaming at the mouth saying it should be soon or something should be done. So anyway, I'm keeping following this case because it does, a lot of the official information that was released originally doesn't line up with information that they published later on, you know, in different press conferences. And they kept asking for footage from the wrong place, even after being told that Garstang Lane doesn't exist. So there's a police investigation. I think the College of Policing are investigating the handling of this case as well. So I'm going to keep following it. I'm keeping an open mind as to what happened to the poor lady. But yeah, it's interesting. It's well worth sort of looking into if you're interested in true crime and stuff like this. Not saying there's a crime committed, but you never know. You never know. So this is Bowness. We're in Bowness now. This is right over the other side of the Bathgate Hills, north side of the Bathgate Hills. And it leads down to the River Forth. You can just see it through the between the building and the trees there. Oh, it was Amber. Not the Amber Gambler. Bowness is quite nice as well. You know, it had a heyday. It had a harbour. And way back in the day, it was a sort of quite a well-to-do town, as you can see with some of the buildings. There's quite a lot of merchants and things left here. Yeah, we'll have a wee nosy round Bowness. So there's something else I was going to talk about. I talked about my lack of videos, the reason for that Nicola Bulley case. What else? Oh yeah, my seat. Yeah, we'll get stuck down the road and we'll have a look at that. The old graveyard there, just perched on the side of the road, on the embankment behind the wall. Strange. This is down kind of the middle of Bowness now. Find a car park. Car park down here. There's a lovely steep railway that goes along behind that white picket fence there. And you get wee train trips that go away along the side of the Forth. It's a really nice place to visit. There's sometimes classic car shows and stuff, you know, they have events and things, and then they dress up one of the trains to look like Thomas the Tank Engine, and they do the Santa Claus thing and stuff. You know, that with grandkids before, it's really entertaining. Yeah, so here's a car park. This'll do. Yeah, so here we are. You can see the Ochil Hills in the distance, and the River Forth just down there. That heads inland. There's Ben Ledy in the distance. That's up at Callender. That's the hill just behind Callender there. And the railway line's just over the bushes here. And then they've got some sculptures and industrial things, you know, going on about the the past, Bowness's history. Yeah, so this is it. And so let's have a look at the seat. It's wrinkled a bit. So yeah, the sheepskin's underneath this. I'll stick a picture up because I found I had this old 3D mesh seat cover that I used on my Yamaha, because it had a long bench seat. So I stretched it over this and the pillion seat just to see what the classic 350 would look like with a solo bench seat. And it got me thinking, I could use that and put it over the top of the navy blue sheepskin that I got, and it would hold all on. So I got it. I cut it down to size. You can see there, I cut the back off, and I actually got a pair of leggings. That would be the seam for the sort of crotch area of the leggings, and then this is one leg, and that's the other leg, and they come round and meet down the front, and I stitched them all together, and stitched this on. Brought the lycra leggings over, and then I put elastic. I got some of that elastic shock cord stuff, and a toggle, which is in here. I'll slacken it off if I can get my finger on it. So one of these toggle things for, you know, if it's going to be raining, you don't want a wet sheepskin under your bum. So I can loosen it off with the toggle, take it off the seat. In fact, there's the sheepskin there, you can see it's navy blue. I've doubled it over. So yeah, that's the sheepskin, and this is what I made. So I put the elastic round in here. So if it does rain, it's an easy job to take it off and put it away, and then I just tighten that up again. I need to actually trim these a bit more. I didn't know what length to make them, so I'll trim these down a bit, but they're just kind of stuffed here out the way just now. Anyway, so that's it. I made this, not the prettiest looking thing, but it's bloody comfy so far. Really pleased with it. Hang on, I'll stand back a bit. So there you go. I'll move my gloves. There you go. You can sort of see how it looks on the bike. It's not outrageously hellish. It's not outrageous, but it's comfy and it's easy to put on and off. So I'm quite pleased with myself for doing that. I don't know how well this lycra leggings are going to hold up. They might fade in the sun, in which case I might buy some stretchy material, stretchy vinyl, you know, like you actually get on motorbike seats. Might get some of that, but in the meantime, it sits quite nicely, it's very comfortable, and I'm happy with it. Sorry?
That's the name for the past.
Aye. Oh, they're still making them. Oh, it's brand new, 22 plate. Yeah, they still make them in India. It's brand new. Aye, they're all fuel injected and ABS brakes and everything now, you know. Aye. Aye, there's not even a kickstart on it now.
Air conditioning?
Yeah, aye, it's just air cooled.
Very good.
Right, thank you. You always get a bit of attention with these bikes. That's that. Yeah, so here I am in Bowness. Sunny Bowness on sea. Right. Yeah, so I'll stop the video here and I'll edit it all up when I get home. And thanks for watching. See you all later.